This video contains or may contain spoilers for Hollow Knight. The Knight is an unusual creature. They are a vessel born from worm, root, and void. It may be somewhat difficult to imagine how their biology works, if it can be called that. I think that if we take a closer look, however, we can begin to understand the Knight's anatomy. Let's start with their shell. It's probably made of the same material as any bug's exoskeleton. It is the most hard and solid part of them and makes up almost the entire top half of their body. They have twin horns on top of their head which curve inward horizontally and have two notches at the ends. Now let's go to their face. The only obvious facial feature that they share with most other creatures is their eyes. Even their eyes are unusual, however, as they don't have any eyelids that close when the Knight is asleep. Their eyes appear to simply be two holes in their shell, but they are able to see out of them. As pointed out by Cornifer, they don't have a nose or scent organ of any kind. We can probably assume that they don't have a mouth either. They probably wouldn't need one though, since they can't speak and appear to have no need to eat. Then there's the cloak. It is attached to their body at the neck directly below the shell. This cloak appears to be made from some plant-like material and, as some have suggested, was likely inherited from the Knight's mother, the White Lady, since the bindings she erects for herself appear to be made of the same substance. A vessel's cloak appears to be able to grow with the vessel, as can be seen with the broken vessel, but it doesn't cover their entire body once they are fully grown, as shown by the Hollow Knight. Underneath the cloak is the rest of their body. It's not as hard as their shell, but still solid. It constitutes their arms, legs, and torso. It's hard to say what this part of their body is made of. It appears to disintegrate along with their cloak when they die. Now for their limbs. Their hands do have individual fingers, including an opposable thumb, which they would need in order to grab and hold their nail like they do. The fact that the vessels have fingers is much easier to see on the Hollow Knight's significantly larger hands. The number appears to be 4. They don't, however, have individual toes. Their feet just end in a single point, much like the legs of real-life bugs. Even the Hollow Knight's feet do not have toes. Finally, there's what's inside. This, of course, includes the void inside the shell, which makes up the shade that escapes upon the Knight's death. Some void always stays inside the Knight no matter what though, such as that which makes up the shade cloak, as the Knight can still shadow dash when they don't contain their shade. The Knight is not implied to have any internal organs. What keeps them alive is the soul and void that they're made of. They most likely don't have a stomach, so they wouldn't need to eat. They do appear to move slightly when they're standing, but probably don't need to breathe. This subtle movement is likely just an example of idle animation so that the Knight does not appear static. Finally, the Knight doesn't have a biological sex of either male, female, or intersex, and they don't express gender in any way. So what do you think? How would you interpret the Knight's anatomy and biology? Is there any aspect of it that I missed? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. Please be sure to give it a like, share it, check out my other Hollow Knight videos, and subscribe to my channel for more. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.